Disney proudly presents.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Diz Unlimited, the podcast where we talk about Disney news and have some fun Disney discussions. Today, we're going to be talking about Destination D23 event information, the new airport luggage transfer that has expanded to all Walt Disney World Value Resorts, and some more Disneyland 70th details. At the end of the show, we'll be having a discussion about what we think Disney would need to do in order to curb some of the Universal Epic Universe excitement in their general direction. That and much more, I am sure. Now, joining me for today's discussion, we have Dreams Unlimited travel agent, the terrific Teresa Eccles.
Hello.
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 We have Diz theme park correspondent, Chloe Ferreira.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Hello. And then me. I'm Rhino. And I am the executive producer. I realized I didn't say my name there. So that's on me. Sorry, gang. How is everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Recouping from the weekend.
Oh,
I had
yeah?
some
We're
fun park time.
still here.
She showed up today. Happy for you.
I'm here.
We Hannah Anderson. She was sick. I said, get out of here.
Right. What's that about?
Yeah, come on. That's what you get for
Not
having
that I wanted to see her, but, you know,
having
what the
a
heck?
kid. I know. And she was the one who was like, Teresa's here. And I was like,
I know.
what's
She
this
all
all
excited.
about?
I'm like, yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, okay, girl. Yeah, nice to see you, too. Mm-hmm.
What did you do this weekend,
What did
Rhino?
I do this weekend? I went to a little theme park called Universal Epic Universe. And boy, oh boy,
Little.
was it a good time. Yeah, it is anything but little, I would say. It's a pretty big theme park, 5 new themed worlds, just absolutely wonderful. I enjoyed everything, and not one of those people who's saying it because I know sometimes people are like, oh, those Disney influencers, blah, blah, blah. I don't consider myself a Disney influencer. And the thing is I will always be straight up and honest with you because I don't want you to spend your money on crap that isn't worth spending your money on. Like, and I will tell you right now, I don't like saying it when it's brand new stuff. But I have very strong feelings about this park deep down in my soul. I can feel it. Like, there's a lot of fun to be had here. There's a lot of people I want to experience this with. You know, my mom, every time she shows it, she'll be like, when's it open? And I'm like, you're never coming here. Don't pretend like you are. It'd be great, but she ain't coming here. But I did do a video of it. So if you're interested in anything of my experience there, that was basically... They had us on like a VIP, sort of the same way that we do our Halloween Horror Night stuff, where it was like we were all groups, different groups on their version of what'll be a VIP tour, and going around the park and experience it that way. So it was crazy. It was very quick, but we were there 10 to 7, so it was a long day. But it was a good day, and you can see my thoughts on all the different attractions and everything like that out there. If you're curious, I will say this, and we are going to, like I said, have a discussion about this at the end of the show. I don't consider it Universal versus Disney. I consider it just we're lucky. Wow, we got a new theme park with these crazy areas. But what I do consider it is a new bar has been raised in terms of what a themed
A new bar.
A new bar. Yeah, sorry.
I
It's
know.
me just subconsciously motioning for we drink it. Yeah, it's it was I just lost my train of thought. Thanks, Teresa.
Sorry. My bad.
I think it just I literally don't know what I was saying. Oh, theming, the bar theming, drinking. Now all I can think about is a drink. No, I do think this, like in terms of the theming of a land, I said after I was done, I can't, other than like maybe Cars Land in Disney California Adventure, I don't think Disney has lands quite on that scale of theme. They're themed in different ways. It's not we'll talk about it later. Save it for the end of the show. Save it. That's what Chloe heard me yelling back and forth all day. Save it for the show. Every time she tried to talk about something, I'd be like, save it for the show. So before we get started with some of the news stories we have this week, I just want to remind everybody that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They're experts at helping you plan the perfect Universal, Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line vacation, Adventures by Disney, and now there's like a new sailing on a National Geographic cruise you could do as well. Plenty of stuff. If you want to check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, you can get a free no obligation quote today. You can be like, hey, how much does it cost to do this thing? They'll check it for you. And if you're like, oh my God, they're not going to make you do it. It's not like you don't have to like, it's not like trying to get across a bridge with a troll and answering riddles or something.
What's the secret password?
Yeah.
Dreams Unlimited Travel.
Dreams Unlimited Travel. The password is Teresa Eccles.
The password is
Tickles.
The password
travel.
is... I was quoting the cable guy, but I was whispering it, and I hope nobody heard what I said. Okay. This is also brought to you by your Patreon supporters. Hello, Patreon supporters out there. We will be going live following this show. We'll have a little lunch break here, but we're ordering it. It's arriving to the studio today. So our Patreon post show is going to go live probably around like 2:30ish. I would put money on that. Well, I wouldn't put money on that because I never would put money on myself. But we'll be doing that. So if you want to join in on that, that's open to all of our supporters in the $5 and up tier over there. And you can learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Disney team like myself, or Chloe, the Eversick, Hannah Anderson,
Oh my
Jackie
gosh,
Gailey.
cut her some slack.
I know. I didn't set up her skeleton
She's got
today.
a child.
She has one. Is her camera on? No. I was gonna say she's got her two little. It's just
She's
an
got her
empty
invisibility
chair
cloak.
and the two little hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What are the hands from? They're scary.
I got them for her. She loves the tiny hand.
Really? I have like
Yeah.
tiny hands that I always travel with when I go on road trips.
Really? Why?
I don't know. They always lay on the dashboard when I go on road trips. I
Just
love
for
tiny
hailing
hands.
cabs.
You ever take like souvenir photos with them, like roadside attractions
Yeah.
with tiny hands? I love that.
Tiny hand, little,
Sometimes, yeah.
All
like
right.
tiny hands.
All right.
I don't
well,
like tiny hands all the time. In every, never mind.
I'm uncomfortable with this conversation.
I know, I'm
so
done with
let's
it.
talk
Never
about
mind.
some news and updates from around Disney World, shall we? We're actually going to start with the Disney Company. Well, this relates to Disney World. I don't know why I wrote Disney Company in here. The first thing we're talking about today, Destination D23. Destination D23 tickets go on sale April 14th, and Disney has released plenty of new details this year. Gang, I even made slides for this. Ready? Boom. There you go. The 3-day event, Destination D23, a journey around the worlds of Disney, will be held at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort at Walt Disney World from August 29th through the 31st, which, during Halloween Horror Nights opening weekend? Are you kidding me? That seems weird because I thought wasn't this normally in July? No, not July. I'm sorry, November? Am I crazy?
It was August last time because I went from D23 to HHN, but it wasn't opening weekend of HHN last 2 years ago.
It's okay.
But
It might have been a
was-
couple years ago because I actually remember Craig coming late once.
Yeah.
Being like, and he came directly from, because he's like, if there's a dinner, I can make this thing.
This used to be in November. Destination
Yeah, it
D23 used
used-
to be in November.
When I
Like,
started at the Diz in 2014, that one was like November or December.
Way
Yeah.
back when.
Yeah, way back when. 10 years, baby.
Wow.
Don't call me baby.
So was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, weird. I don't know. Dates change all the time is what I wrote. Because honestly, the D23 in California has hop dates too. It's sometimes August. It's been July. They did it one year before Comic-Con. And then I think it's going to kind of stick to that August time frame in there. Anyways, but we're talking about Destination D23 and this 3-day event. I already read that paragraph. Like I said before, tickets go on sale April 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That is 1 p.m. Eastern time. Exclusively for D23 Gold members. I love gold.
Gold member.
This Ultimate Disney Fan Event. I mean, I thought the D23 Ultimate Disney Fan Event that happened in California was the Ultimate Disney Fan Event because that's what it was called.
Each one tops the one before.
This is the mini
guess, yeah.
Ultimate Disney Fan Event.
This is the biggest, smallest mistake you'll ever make. It's like it's Reno,
smallest,
Nevada.
biggest Disney event you'll ever go to.
Anyway, this Ultimate Disney Fan Event will feature a weekend full of exclusive presentations from Walt Disney Archives and Walt Disney Studios, peeks into all the worlds of Disney with behind-the-scenes stories, entertainment performances, and special appearances, along with a variety of unique and, get this, interactive shopping experiences. Okay? Oops, I teased a little thing here. I want to talk first. We're going to go over the deets, starting with the D23 Cuscotopia Night at Typhoon Lagoon happening Saturday, August 30th. All Destination D23 2025 ticket holders are invited to celebrate 25 years of Emperor's New Groove with a splash at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon Water Park. Following the day's presentations, this after-hours exclusive celebration of the cult classic Disney film will include complimentary snacks, photo opportunities, special activities, and exclusive entertainment. Chloe's got some thoughts on this one.
If I can't meet Cusco or Kronk at this event, what's the point?
Girl,
I think
girl, you need to step it up. You need to be like, where's Yzma?
where's Yzma?
Where's
I
Yzma?
think this is a genius idea though, because like, I don't know about you guys, but when I first saw Emperor's New Groove as a kid, and there's that whole scene where he's like, and complete with water slide, I always thought of like, why don't they do like a special little area in Disney's water parks that's like devoted to Cuscotopia and his own water park complete with water slide.
I mean, I do appreciate that on their graphic it does say complete with water slide.
Yeah,
it's a nice little deep cut
cute.
there.
Yeah, it's I don't know, this combined with the next activity that you're about to talk about, I feel like they're really hammering it in for us millennial babies with these films.
I mean, for sure, because there's also Disney 80s through the 90s celebration and concert presented by Disney Plus. This exclusive concert will cap off the weekend's journey with the ultimate throwback experience, showcasing the very best hits of these fan favorite decades. Broadway and Disney animation stars will flash back through a defining generation of films and TV shows with show-stopping performances, rock concert lighting, and larger-than-life projection. It's a fan-inspired Disney Plus extravaganza as we go from zero to hero and see it eye to eye with musical moments from Hercules, A Goofy Movie, Toy Story, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Mulan, Beauty and the Beast, Pocahontas, The Lion King, The Disney Afternoon, and more. When they say the Disney Afternoon, that means they're going to be playing the DuckTales theme song. Mm-hmm. There better be some Darkwing Duck. Mm-hmm. There better be Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Mm-hmm. Gummy Bears, maybe.
80s and 90s?
Yeah.
1980s.
Yeah.
No, 1880s, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Just
this seems like
music.
just yesterday to me when it's actually 35, 40 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Insane.
Whoa.
I'm feeling
You're feeling it.
I'm feeling something here. I don't know what it is. I might need a wheelchair. I don't know. Wow.
I mean, your son's name is Max. You did give him a very of the time name, right?
I did, but it wasn't from.
Well, it's both old and new. Because
Okay.
is his name Maximilian?
No, it's Max.
It's just Max. Okay.
But it's from The Grinch's Dog, not.
Oh.
Listen, I might love that even more. I don't know. Yeah,
Max.
that's great. I bet there's going to be a lot of people named Max because of the love of A Goofy Movie. Like, we're going to start seeing that sooner than later. Roxanne's, again. I feel like that was a name that was popular when I was, like, younger.
Roxanne?
Roxanne!
Yeah.
Okay, well, with that musical note.
She was kind of trashy there, that Roxanne.
That Roxanne, she didn't have to put on the red light. We have the Walt Disney Archives presents Charting the Course, Disney's Global Stories and Inspirations. Disney storytelling is a vibrant tapestry woven from global inspiration. An all-new exhibit from the Walt Disney Archives celebrates that influence by exploring how the world around us sparks creativity through a thoughtfully curated selection of photography, artwork, and dimensional artifacts. We follow Disney creatives on an artistic journey, watching black and white reference images evolve into vivid concepts. The experience culminates in a dynamic showcase featuring models, props, and costumes inspired by diverse cultures and breathtaking landscapes, all reflecting, I was so close, the enduring legacy of Disney's storytelling. I don't know, man. That sounds cool for the hardcore, but this is going to sound so rude. You know what? I'm going to save it for the end. I'm going to wait until we get to the end of this. Then we have some shopping experiences because D23 ain't D23 unless there's some merch, right? I know I love merchandise and...
Really? Looking about the room,
the studio is literally decorated with everything from my house, basically.
It's like barren with hardly anything.
It's a hospital in here. So the Walt Disney Company store is back on the East Coast. At this location, D23 Gold members are going to have access to official Destination D23 merchandise, along with new D23 member-exclusive items and other unique merchandise from the Walt Disney Company store. Please note that limited edition trading pins for the event will be offered to attendees exclusively through a random selection process, the RSP opportunity. Don't you? With Marie Antoinette and her little sister. I will never not think that's funny. Mickey's of Glendale. I feel like this is the pretty exciting one. The Walt Disney Imagineering Campus Store returns to the event with a pop-up shop featuring selections of specialty merchandise. Trading pins for the event will be offered to attendees through an RSP opportunity. Disney Studio Store Hollywood. For the first time, the magic of Tinseltown is coming to Florida. For Destination D23, the Disney Studio Store Hollywood will have a pop-up location at this year's event that will feature new apparel, accessories, and pins. Again, limited edition trading pins for this event will be offered to attendees through an RSP opportunity. RSP. All right, we're going to talk about tickets, and then I'll give you my opinion, I feel like, on this thing. But oh, wait, I skipped one. I'm sorry.
Ink and Paint.
Ink and Paint, baby. Ink and Paint Marketplace. Returning to Destination D23, the Ink and Paint Marketplace will feature an assortment from fan-favorite brands and friends of Disney, including Lug and more. All right, now tickets. Tickets for Destination D23 will go on sale exclusively to D23 members on April 14th, like I said, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. General admission tickets are available for $299, while a limited number of preferred $549 and premier $799. Those are all, so preferred and premier seating tickets will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. These tickets will include dedicated queues for reserved seating areas. D23 Gold members may reserve a ticket for themselves, and one guest for general, preferred, or premier seating. I actually have a little picture of the chart, if you're watching this on YouTube, the general seating versus the preferred seating. So premier seems to just basically blanket the front area of
Is that where
the
you'll
stage.
be?
Girl, I'm not going to this.
Oh, why not?
I don't think I'll go to this. This is everything that comes with the ticket. So all Destination D23 2025 event guests will receive access to the following D23 exclusive experiences. You have access to photo opportunities. You get a gift bag pickup, exhibits, and shopping starting Friday, August 29th, 2025, including the D23 member exclusive. So you got the Walt Disney Company, Mickey's of Glendale, Disney Studio Store Hollywood, Ink and Paint. Those are things that I feel like some people just do. They do this sometimes just for that merchandise. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a special exhibit from the Walt Disney Archives. You've got guaranteed general seats at all Destination D23 2025 panels and presentations on Saturday, August 30th and Sunday, August 31st. Access to the D23 Cuscotopia night at Typhoon Lagoon on Saturday, August 30th. There's commemorative gifts, including a lug bag, event-exclusive pin, lanyard, credentials, and shopping bag created exclusively for the event. And a limited number of premier and preferred seating tickets will be available, like I said, first-come, first-served basis. I don't know why I repasted that in here by accident. So
you think that'll sell out?
So is this saying you get a lug bag with the ticket?
Yes.
Okay, that's how I read it.
And they did that last time. It was one of their big, like, red lug backpacks.
Oh, I thought you guys just got that for like media invitation or something. Sorry.
No, that was for all attendees. That was a big bag. Yeah. Yeah.
So I've never been. Have you guys been to this? Well, obviously you have, Chloe.
I've been to the last two.
I feel like they've been trying in the last couple of years to do like more interesting things on this coast, because a lot of times this one's has been gauged at the history fans, like the diehard sort of fans. So my thing is, I'm not really interested in anything that they're really doing. I like the Hollywood one, the California one, because like they do the presentations about the Pixar, Marvel Studios, Disney animation, all that stuff, and I love that. Like, I love movies, and that's so they're not really going to do that here, but they have been sort of giving like park updates, I feel like, here. Like there was an announcement last year that was like kind of a big announcement, I feel like. But
So who will be the guest people coming that we'll get to see if we go to this?
I don't know.
They don't tell you?
Say.
Yeah.
It doesn't say. Usually Damaro stops in for the park's presentation, or he's on a big video monitor. And then they'll usually have like someone from the Walt Disney Archives doing a presentation there, telling stories. I'm sure they'll have
from the
something with
from the
Goofy
movies.
movie. Yeah, yeah. They'll have like reunion opportunities coming together, like from
Harrison
90s
Ford
movies and stuff. No, not really that big.
No?
No, it's more like, I don't know, like they're doing something with the Goofy movie, right?
I was gonna say it feels like they're gonna probably have like Bill Farmer might be there,
Yeah.
you know,
Like
with
voice actors.
Jason, yeah,
Okay.
and sort of with Jason Marsden and stuff like that. I don't know.
Like one of my favorite moments from the last Destination D23, they had Jodie Benson was there, and there was Ashley Eckstein as well, and then like 3 other voices of like parks and movies, but they came together and did this special, I don't know, what's the word? It was like a compilation of defunct Disney attractions.
Like a little mashup of
A mashup of like audio and like, it was like they were riffing off of like, obviously my favorite moment was the Great Movie Ride. They did like a whole like scene from the Alien moment, and
Right.
it was great. So little moments like that, like it's
Okay.
enough for a Disney fan to appreciate the important people come out, but it's not like Disney legends coming out and
Okay.
performing anything. I mean, who knows? Maybe, because there are so many Disney legends now. I was just going to say, don't get me wrong. I
Well,
love
yeah, I was gonna
Coronado
say-
Springs.
Tell me how you feel
Yeah.
this one
Tell me how
versus
you
the
feel.
other one.
Yeah.
but also what you're about to say. is
Yeah,
what
I
I'm-
love Coronado Springs. However, I feel like a bit of the magic is lost by moving away from the contemporary, because there's just something about being a monorail ride away from Magic Kingdom, and just something about being in a convention space at the contemporary. I feel like Coronado Springs feels more business-like. Like it doesn't have that
Business
warmth
center, yeah.
that contemporary has. Yeah. So
I
I'm
do love
trying to-
Coronado though, but
I do too,
but it is
I know
far
what those
aside from the parks.
Right.
you know.
And I know what those convention spaces look like. So I'm trying to imagine like all the pop-up shops and all of the Disney things. I know they're able to dress up with a lot of lighting and stuff, but I don't know. There's something about the location that's kind of different for me. Yeah, it's a little expensive. I'm looking forward to seeing what else is on the lineup. I feel like the Typhoon Lagoon event is fun, or the Cuscotopia night, excuse me, at Typhoon Lagoon sounds fun. But what if you don't want to go and do that? It feels like I feel like that's a large part of the value of your admission, is making sure you're going to all the included activities, but not everybody wants to go to a water park or
Yeah,
at
I
night.
wouldn't.
So I don't know. For me, I do appreciate the exclusive merchandise opportunities to keep. I know a lot of people go and there's a lot of resellers that load up on things. So maybe the higher ticket price is to cut down on that. I'm not sure, but it's all about the exclusive merchandise for me. And I love the panels with like all the weird stories, and like the panels that you're not allowed to take photos at. Those are the ones that are fun for a Disney geek
Right.
to listen to. So I don't know. I feel like it's still something for D23 members to invest in and enjoy, because we never get anything D23 in Florida. It's very few opportunities like at the AMC in Disney Springs or something. But yeah, it's a big event. I just think honestly it's a little too expensive for me this time around. So I'm not sure I'll be going, but how do you feel about it?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really interested other than the merchandise stuff. It just
Yeah.
feels like a lot. I don't think I'm that type of a Disney fan. I know that seems really, I almost said a really bad word. I don't know. I feel like I said, like I love the movies, I love the parks, I love this integration, but I sometimes don't care about the nitty gritty, like history and the detail. Like I think it's interesting, but it's not the thing that I'm a fan of about the parks. Like, and I know that people will harp on me about that, could complain on me about that. I think everybody loves theme parks for different reasons, and I don't have that in me. I don't have that dog in me, you know.
I
Yeah.
like the
I don't know.
history
Yeah.
of it all.
But
But I don't know if I like it that much to go to this. I mean, that's kind of pricey.
I don't know. You know, it sounds great for people who are like, this is that niche. It's like that
Yes.
sort of a thing. But
Yeah,
it's also,
absolutely.
it's a little expensive
But,
for a convention.
For comparing this to the cost of the big D23 Expo and all of the things that you have to pick and choose for your itinerary there, I feel like there's so much more flexibility of what you're getting out of D23 Expo or the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, given it is a very chaotic process. And I feel like there are a lot of things that are double scheduled. So you have to pick one child over the other essentially. But this one's like, if you don't like everything that's on the table, then why would you spend the money and do it all for the 3 days? It's also a big chunk of time to devote to all that. So
I agree. I would agree with that
each their own.
sort of assessment of it. Well, there is a D23 thing that I am interested in, though. That's going around. D23 on the road. D23 is hitting the road with a brand new multi-city tour, kicking off with a celebration of a Goofy movie's 30th anniversary. This summer, they'll bring the fun and a one-of-a-kind D23 experience to over 20 cities nationwide from May 3rd through August 28th, 2025. Event attendees can be part of the magic throughout the movies as they'll receive a unique, my favorite word, activation kit, packed with fun surprises to use during interactive parts of the show. The cost, you ask? Well, let me tell you. D23 Gold members, it's $35 plus a $3 processing fee per ticket. The D23 General member is a $45 ticket plus $3 for that processing fee per ticket. And what does it include? Well, let me tell you that too. Each event ticket includes a big screen presentation of a Goofy movie from 1995 with interactive fan-powered moments. I don't know if I like that idea or not. An exclusive activation kit filled with interactive surprises and themed goodies to make your movie experience extra magical. A limited edition Lester's Possum Park pennant. A commemorative Powerline concert ticket with lanyard. A limited edition A Goofy Movie pin. Photo opportunities inspired by scenes from the film, exclusive content, trivia, and more. You can find the complete list of the event cities and dates on www.info.com. But for me personally, I have my eye on one of 3 dates. Sunday, August 10th, Boston, Massachusetts. Saturday, August 16th, Chicago, Illinois. Or Thursday, August 28th, in Orlando, Florida. The ticket and venue dates are to follow about that. And the Florida one going last without a venue is weird, but I'm assuming this is supposed to be their special kickoff for Destination D23, which officially starts that next day. So only time will tell. But tickets do go on sale for this Thursday, April 17th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Or 1 p.m. Eastern at the official Walt Disney World
I have a question.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to this. Maybe you do. Okay, so Goofy's son, Max, was he around before that movie? Or
Yes.
is he created for that movie?
No, he was around. That they talk about that in the documentary. Is that the thing about a goof troop is the show, because then this is furthered from the show, was
Goof Troop, the TV show.
Goof Troop, the TV
Okay.
show. Yeah, the movie is like a sequel to the show, and it's just
Okay.
stripped down, being more about just Goofy and them, but then PJ's in it too. They show a clip of one of the shorts that's fathers whatever, and there is a small Goofy character that goes to go get in the bed with him and pulls all the covers off him and rolls over and stuff, and they're that technically is Max, I guess.
Okay.
So
And that was how many years prior to that? You know?
that I don't know. The date was in there, but I was watching it on my iPad at 1 a.m. So
Okay.
I couldn't really tell
Watch
you.
the documentary too.
I will.
Yeah, it's on Disney now, streaming on Disney Plus.
I will have to watch that. That sounds interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now let's talk about some more very specific news to Walt Disney World, which is that airport luggage transfer has now expanded, starting just a couple of days ago on April 3rd of 2025, and continuing to Walt knows when. Guests staying at
Oh,
any
Lord.
of the 5 value resorts at Walt Disney World can check their bags with luggage assistance for direct delivery to their flight. Here is the kicker, though. The pilot service is currently only available to guests with Southwest airline flights departing from Orlando International Airport. Here's how you're going to take advantage of the service if you are one of those people. For starters, leave those inbound luggage tags on those bags. Sometimes I rip mine off right at the airport. Don't be doing that. When you arrive on property to check in at your Disney Value Resort hotel, you can call or visit luggage assistance to take advantage of the service. The day before your departure, check in for your Southwest Airlines flight online. You know that usual scramble if you've ever flown with this airline before, the stress of hitting the check-in right at the moment. So you get an A and, God forbid, hopefully a higher number B so that you get to bring your check bag with you or your carry-on on the flight. But you're going to drop off your bags at Luggage Assistant in the resort hotel lobby area by the required drop-off time, and make sure you have a valid form of photo ID, photo identification in order to do that. You can also call Luggage Assistant from your in-room telephone to ask for help with your bags. Head to the airport, skip the check-in line, enjoy your flight, and pick up your bags at baggage claim when you arrive at your destination, which sounds like an incredible service. But, of course, this service is subject to change or cancellation without any notice or liability. You are probably asking about baggage drop-off times. Well, guess what? I got that for you, too. It's strongly recommended or encouraged to drop off your bags the night before your departure, but if you need a little bit more time, here's what you do. When flying before 1 p.m., you need to drop your bags off by 1 a.m. the night before your flight. When flying after 1 p.m., drop your bags off at least 4 hours before departure or no later than 1 p.m., whichever comes first. Luggage Assistant can receive luggage between 5 a.m. and 1 a.m., but the 4 hours between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m., well, that belongs to them, so back off. That's their time. This service is only available for guests checking out from one of the Disney Value Resort hotels. Remember, and flying on Southwest Airlines. Okay, I'm over it. Hey, speaking of luggage, let's pack this up and head over to Disneyland and talk about that for a hot second. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Sounds great. Okay. There's 2 new dessert parties coming to Disneyland. I'm going to flash up the first one here. Disneyland Resort has announced that beginning May 16th, 2025, guests can enjoy special new dessert parties at Disney California Adventure Park that come with reserved viewing for the Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration parade, and a dessert party that comes with prime views of World of Color of Happiness. So up on the screen here, if you're watching this, I have the Better Together dessert party. So these are the details. There aren't a lot. It says, treat yourself to a delectable dining experience with a dedicated viewing area to watch Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration. It is $94 per guest, including tax and gratuity. Children ages 2 and younger may attend free of charge, provided they are seated on the lap of an adult. The end. No info other than this photo box. Don't even get me started. Okay, let's look at the other one. World of Color Happiness dessert party. You can enjoy a dining experience and preferred seating for the all-new nighttime spectacular debuting for the 70th celebration. World of Color Happiness. This is $94 per guest, including tax and gratuity. Again, only a photo of a snack box. But the price of these two, for the price of these two, I would say that this is the better one because if you notice, it does say seating. And if you don't know, World of Color is a standing show, so I bet you get some chairs with this one. And honestly,
a lobster? Is that a lobster in the box?
It's a harder show to get to be able to just like randomly see. So, in my experience, at least, a lobster. What are you talking
Look at
about?
that big red thing in the middle. Looks like
salami, you weirdo. It's like a charcuterie board.
Cheese and meats.
Oh, it looks like a lobster from where I'm sitting.
Oh my! We're gonna get your glasses checked. I'm concerned.
Wait, I know. Wait, it's a dessert party, but there's charcuterie.
Yeah, they do. They'll do a little savory, a little sweet. I like the dessert box. Honestly, it being in the box is cute. I like that.
So that's for one person? All of that?
Yeah.
Is it like the size of a shoebox?
Oh yeah, it was probably I don't know smaller. I mean, look how many crackers are in there. It's like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, those are crackers. I thought those were full size pita breads or
7.
something. Okay.
We gotta think about the cupcake and the treats on the left side too. Those are pretty. Those are probably like palm sized.
So maybe a size 6 shoebox, maybe.
Yeah, well, young lady's shoe.
Yeah, child's shoe.
Child's shoe.
Child's shoe.
Now, reservations for both dessert parties open April 10th and can be made on the official Disneyland website. I am tired of talking, so Chloe is going to take it away for the next story. She's going to talk about 4 new merchandise collections to launch for Disneyland's 70th anniversary. Chloe, tell me.
Oh yes.
Tell me if I have the wrong images on the screen when I go.
Oh, okay,
but
I
did make visuals for you. Yeah.
All right, everybody, get your lists ready because there
Grab
are
your
4
lists.
new merchandise collections hitting the shelves in honor of Disneyland's 70th anniversary. The first of 4 is the Celebration Collection. This will feature a mix of classic Disney park styles, vibrant colors.
I don't know if this.
I
is
don't
it.
think that's it.
That was the header
vibrant.
image for the article.
There was
That's
nothing
it.
vibrant
That's
about
it.
that.
That's it with the ears and the
It's a
bubbles.
strong bubble.
So Let's see. Vibrant colors and fresh character art inspired by iconic Disneyland Resort attractions. Includes everything from apparel and accessories to the debut of a brand new bubble wand that features interchangeable
Did I get the
character
bubble wand?
hats.
Yeah, I did.
Look at that. You can change the hat on the bubble
You
wand.
could get a Stitch. You could get a Goof.
Oh,
you
that's
could
so
get a
fun.
Min. You could get a Don.
But
I
even
like
better,
Donald.
this is the neat part, okay? There's going to be an interactive key to Disneyland, which allows you to visit lock stations across the 9 lands of Disneyland Park. And once you visit all of those and unlock them, the key that you have will reveal one of 9 hidden trading pins inside the key. So there's a pin locked in there until you unlock, and I think that's a pretty cool way to get you to buy a blind box pin. Second is the Castle Collection, inspired by the iconic Sleeping Beauty castle, Little Pinky, of course. This will include apparel and accessories.
What does that mean, Little Pinky?
I call it Little Pinky because it's a Little Pinky castle.
Oh, I was thinking like.
Is that your own
teacup.
little word?
Yeah. Okay.
Little Pinky. No, that's
Is
like
this
a
part of
nickname
it,
out there.
Chloe? This young lady?
You know, I don't believe so.
Great.
It's okay.
This thing?
No, maybe it was the other one. I'm sorry.
This
I can't
one?
really see it from here. No,
I'm
that's
just
not
going.
it.
Wow.
No.
For the
What
listening
the
people,
heck? Let me
sorry.
just start showing my pictures in my phone.
The
I
website
think
was
this
not
is-
very clear.
This might be it. I can't really
Not
see her
the
design
Disney one, I
that
mean.
well. But it includes apparel, accessories, and a Rebecca Hook jewelry collection.
Oh.
With the castle.
Oh, this
Yes.
might be it. She's got a little necklace on.
Yeah, that's probably
she's
it.
living her best life over there.
The third collection,
You
drum
guys
roll
are
please.
So mean.
The return of the Vault collection. Actually, first time for Disneyland. The Vault collection will celebrate the early days of Disneyland Park with nostalgic designs and retro-inspired merchandise. It will roll out in chapters with new releases debuting throughout the Disneyland Resort for the 70th anniversary celebration. The first chapter will be called the Replica Chapter, containing retro-inspired apparel accessories, while the second, called Mickey Mouse and Maps Chapter, is inspired by the old park maps. And also, I can't help but think of Mickey and the Magical Map. That should come back one day, but oh well. I am so excited for this collection. If you remember, one of the best parts of our 50th celebration in Walt Disney World was the Vault collection. Actually, I think the shirt that I'm wearing is from the Vault collection too. But they recreated. Oh my goodness.
Mislabeled those last 2 images.
Go
sorry.
back to that man
Go
in the
ahead.
big pants. I like that. Were those pants part of it or just the shirt?
No,
Those.
the pants are not part of it, but his shirt and jacket, that yellow crew neck, and then I love that.
Oh, the
Mickey.
jacket's part of it.
Yeah, and then I
Oh.
love I think it is.
I like the
Pretty sure.
sweatshirty looking thing.
I love the crew neck or the Mickey Mouse shirt that she's wearing all the way to the left. He's got like a crazy face and that old Disneyland font.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. But
Cute. I like that. Yeah.
yeah. And then the last collection is the Walt Disney Nostalgia Collection, a tribute to the man who started it all. Apparel and collectibles will feature some of Walt's most iconic Disneyland quotes while celebrating the rich heritage of the resort. Some of the collectibles will even be inspired by items you might have found on Walt's very own desk.
Oh, I like that. That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
That sounds fun.
Okay.
These collections will be available at Disneyland during the 70th anniversary celebration, while select items from all 4 collections will also be available later this year on DisneyStore.com. Stay tuned for launch date announcements coming soon. But, they got to be over the next 2 to 3 months, right?
Did we have something similar where it was like Walt's desk stuff here? Am I crazy?
There was like a Walt Disney Studios
Oh, Walt
collection
Disney
that they released on both
Studios.
coasts.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like the little water tower light, and it was cute. But yeah.
I like the idea of the map collection too. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, Disneyland merch, and not pictured here. It's got to be part of the celebration collection, but there's that gold sparkly conductor hat.
Will not stop
previewed.
talking
I will
about
not stop
that
talking
one.
about it. I'm
It
so
was
excited.
it was in one of the new preview images again too.
Yes,
So
yes, I'm very
she's
excited.
getting her hands on that. Disneyland Resort has announced 2 new retail shops and a brand new cafe coming to downtown Disney District, continuing the area's ongoing expansion. Additionally, new interior concept art was revealed for the upcoming Arthur & Sons Steak and Bourbon and Pearl's Roadside Barbecue restaurants. Lululemon is coming to downtown Disney District, taking over part of the former ESPN zone space. The store will offer athletic apparel, footwear, and handy accessories like bags and water bottles. Perfect for a day in the park. I think that was the store I accidentally showed. Is this does that look like a Lululemon to you? No, that's like there's like a waffle in the background.
Yeah, no, that's like a sweet shop.
Girl, I don't know. They're not labeled on the thing.
Lululemon is like a fitness
Well, this might be Nectar Life, known for its vegan bath products, will open a limited time pop-up in downtown Disney this spring ahead of a permanent location debuting later this year near Avengers Reserve. Also, we're getting some boba. We're getting
nice.
Bopogo is a new
colors.
cafe concept from Eric Wang and Philip Wang, co-owners of Bopomofo Cafe in Southern California. I swear to God, Bopomofo, one word, Cafe. I love that.
Great.
In Southern California. Inspired by Asian convenience stores, Bopogo will offer premium boba teas, light bites, and a selection of imported snacks.
That sounds awesome to me.
Yeah, I love boba. So
I do too.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
It's not good for your sugar, but I do love it.
Yep. As previously announced, 2 new restaurants from Michelin star chef Joe Isidori are on the way. New interior concept offers a first look at the distinct ambiance of Arthur and Son Steak and Bourbon. This looks very classy to me, like very nice.
Yeah.
I listen. I love bourbon. I don't love steak, but I love bourbon. I'll eat steak. It's fine. I don't know if this is bourbon, if this is Pearl's Roadside Barbecue. I'm assuming it is. But
Looks
this
more
also-
barbecue,
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks like
Those
the
chairs.
tables. Yeah,
Polite
that's-
pig table chairs.
Yeah, it kind of does, actually, honestly. So I'm excited. Honestly, I feel like these new additions to downtown Disney have been great. We still didn't get to eat in the one that has the dining hall, like the 3 places in it yet. But I love this like mid-century modern retro futurism aesthetic that they've been incorporating as they go.
Yeah.
And it really is like, this is what I want this to always look like now for the rest of time. Like, please keep it this way.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have gotten rid of it to begin with. Well, I'd blow my horn, but I still forgot to add the sound effect in here. So
Good job.
heading out to sea for this one. Chloe's going to take it away. She's
All
going to
right.
tell us about some new characters on a stern.
Yeah,
She's going to get
characters.
pretty stern with us.
All right, here we go.
Nailed it. Should put my glasses on for that one.
Next time. So, as us Disney Cruise fans know, the stern of each of the cruise ships in the Disney Cruise Line fleet are adorned with a sculpture of a beloved character painting the ship's name. This time, it's 2 characters.
Oh.
All right. This tradition will continue on board the Disney Adventure, where Captain Mickey Mouse and Captain Minnie Mouse will sit and stand side by side, off an anchor hanging off the back of the ship. Mickey holds the paint bucket full of that signature yellow paint, lovingly looking on at Minnie Mouse with a paintbrush in hand. This is the 8th and largest Disney ship in the Disney Cruise Line fleet. The Disney Adventure will set sail out of Singapore beginning December 15th, 2025.
She's doing the work. He's just hanging there with
This
the
is
bucket.
the second time Mickey's appeared on the back of a ship, so
I know, I thought
I
they're
guess
repeating,
the
I
magic
guess.
and the adventure can't, or no, it's the wonder.
Wait, who's on the back of the treasure? It's Peter Pan and Hook?
The Dream has Sorcerer Mickey. Treasure has Peter Pan and Hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dream has Sorcerer and Mickey. So I guess the Dream and the Adventure cannot be seen side by side because it's 2 Mickey Mouses.
Right.
What the heck?
Because there's only one.
Integrity, man.
Right. Got to stick
Yeah.
with it. Cool.
The first time Minnie Mouse is on the back of a ship, though, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess. If you
Yeah,
like that
you know,
sort of thing.
Sure.
If you like that mouse. I'm just kidding. She's fine. She's whatever. She's fine. She's fine.
Equality. Equality.
Oh, Mickey. It's Michelle. What happened? Sorry. I love those Disney. Those,
What happened?
Those animated. They're like 3 minutes
Mickey
long.
Mouse
They're on
shorts.
Disney Plus. The Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse shorts. They're hilarious.
They are.
I'm sorry.
And they're full of Easter eggs from like the parks and stuff.
Oh my God! There was
They're
the
so
episode
good.
she trips over one of the 7 dwarfs, and it's a whole thing where he like runs and he's like, it's this dramatic music, and he goes, "What happened?"
That's
And
not in
she's
the
like,
Snow
"I
White live
tripped
action.
over a dwarf," and he's like, "What should I do? Should I trip over a dwarf?" It's so weird. It's very Ren and Stimpy is what it reminds me of. So, well, we've reached the part of the show where it's time to discuss some things. Get ready for the heated debate. Okay. I feel like I've seen a lot on social media about people sort of being like, it's Disney versus Universal right now, and that is not how I feel. I think everybody who lives here or visits Orlando just kind of wins in this sort of back and forth situation. I do feel like Universal, with their Epic Universe, has set a new standard in terms of theme park themed areas. And I would say they are successful in what they set out to do with this park so far.
Yeah.
Obviously haven't experienced it when it's like full, but I mean there was pretty full. Not pretty full. There was people there when I was there. Like
And you got a feel for what each of the lands.
Oh, definitely,
include
definitely.
and the atmosphere and everything, the music. So. Yeah, I feel like you got a pretty good idea of what they're going for if it wasn't completely finished even. So,
and I think, I was talking to Greg about it, and we were kind of going back and forth. I think I like it more than he does, but I think for him, he's having a hard time because he feels like everybody who is in love with this park seems to sort of be like dumping on Disney a little bit. And I was like, I don't feel the need to do that. But because it is one of those, I don't know. He was kind of like, but there are only this many rides and only this many things. And somebody said like 11 rides. And I'm like, I don't think it's 11. I think it's 13 attractions or something because
the shows.
Well, in Super Nintendo World, you have Mario Kart, you have Donkey Kong, the Minecart Madness, you have Yoshi's Adventure, and then in Dark Universe, you have the Monsters Unchained, you have the Curse of the Werewolf, and in Harry Potter, you have the Battle at the Ministry.
And then the circus.
And the circus, yeah. The Circus.
Anew.
Anos.
Anew?
It's spelled A-N-U-S. And it's Arcanos.
Arcanus.
Yeah, because we kept
Arcanue.
saying, sorry, immature, we kept saying Arcanus. Uranus, am I right? How do you get there?
Uranus.
It's a circus.
Uranus.
Sometimes it is a circus down there. But
my God. And then in Celestial Park, you have the carousel, the coaster, which is technically two different versions of a ride. So I would almost count that twice. I'm not going to for argument's sake right now, okay? So that's 9. And then in Isle of Berk, you have the kids' water ride. You have Hiccups coaster. You have that one that's on the arm.
A race rally.
Yeah.
Thing.
And then you also have a show. So I was like, that is
13.
No.
It's 13.
You filled up that hand and then
it is
you
13.
reset,
Okay, sorry.
Wow.
God,
That's so sad.
But then you have all of the food.
I'm embarrassed.
The food stopped. You're good. And then the character interactions.
Okay, that's exactly it. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of interaction.
You're not just going for just the rides. There's so much to take in.
Right, because I'm not a ride person. And when I was there and I'm going back, it was the interaction. It was the food. It was the shopping. It was
the environment.
Big ball. The environment.
Yeah.
I think that's ultimately so this discussion is going to be aimed at what kind of Disney news could shift the momentum from Universal. I think there is excitement, exactly what you guys are talking about. Everywhere there is music, there's ambiance. Everything is the reason why I keep comparing it to Cars Land is because the only other Disney, the absolutely most successful, I would argue, like Disneyland. I mean, Magic Kingdom, kind of. But I'm thinking about themed around specific like franchise or whatever, you know? I feel like there's a conversation I want to have about How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk is what I wish Star Wars Galaxy's Edge actually was. Because it's alive. There's animatronic dragons everywhere. There's things working around. I think...
count me in for that conversation, right?
Yeah, we're definitely going to... I think we should break that down. Well, and obviously we're going to go as soon as we can go again, and we're going to continue to cover this park. And so I'm going to do a live stream later in this week to answer everybody's questions about Universal Epic Universe. So if you have any, please leave them on this video or on the Epic Universe video, because I would love to answer any questions about any of that sort of thing. And but I was just thinking, like, I am very excited because we're theme park fans. And this is the thing we love about Disney. Universal, I feel like, saw this thing that Disney was doing maybe and was kind of like, hey, why don't we try our hand at it? And they were successful when they started with the Harry Potter franchise. I feel like Wizarding World started really defining. I know that for a long time, everybody would say Diagon Alley was the bar to set theme park immersive areas around. And then I feel like Galaxy's Edge was sort of the Disney's next thing they did. And I don't know that it was as successful, but we can get into the Galaxy's Edge thing. But what is something that you feel like would drive this very similar excitement that you're having about the opening of Epic Universe, about the what I feel like hopefully will be success with this? What would you like to see Disney do for this? Because I feel like a lot of people say, well, I want another theme park. And I think Universal opening a third theme park like they're doing, fourth, whatever, the water park, this park is more of a risk for them than Disney would be opening another park, because Disney always, it's kind of like they're set in their ways of like, people are always going to come here.
Yeah.
Will we have the ability to fill that other park? Sure. But the thing about Universal is this is no longer connected. For me, Universal, the Universal Orlando Resort until now has felt very similar to Disneyland almost, where it's
agree.
been, two parks.
Right.
And a dining and shopping
Right.
district. And I love that about Disneyland, and I love that about Universal Orlando Resort, because the ability to just be boom, boom, boom. This park now is the first time in a long time they have a separate.
Yeah, it's totally. I was shocked when I went over how
I did
far
too.
away
Yeah.
it was. It really, it just, I thought, because we went, my husband works for Universal. So he got off work. I went and picked him up over where he parks. And then I felt like we were driving for an hour to get over to, I know it wasn't that long, but it was to get over to Epic. To me, it just seemed like a whole nother, well, it's another park, obviously. But it was, you have to plan, I think, to go there. You can't jump back and forth between the three or four.
I mean,
I
you're
wouldn't
really
want
spending-
to.
Yeah, and
Oh, no,
especially with
no.
it, as it's a brand new theme park, and
Yeah.
they initially rolled out the 3-day tickets with 1 full day at Epic Universe,
Mm-hmm.
and even like a 1-day ticket. I don't want to park hop anywhere else. I want to spend the whole day
Right.
there. So, and they have expansions on the horizon too. That's already rumored.
And if you take your
in talks,
time,
so-
I think it's more than a 1 day, because
oh yeah, well,
we're going
wait
back
times.
again because I couldn't enjoy everything as much as I wanted to. I didn't even get to some of it.
Here's the thing that I love about this. I love this about Disney. I love this about anywhere, when these new worlds and these new lands open, is that with them come, especially in this day and age, very inventive dining options. They a lot of times have exclusive beers made for them, or maybe they have like cocktail bars. Maybe it's non-alcoholic drinks. Like I know that in How to Train Your Burke, they have like a grog or something that's from the movie, and I haven't been able to try that yet. And so there's just like so many restaurants that you want to try, because Celestial Park, the fifth of the 5 themed worlds, I feel like I had this discussion with somebody where I do feel like that was planned to be their city walk, and these were going to be micro theme parks, but.
Right.
And then that idea was dropped really quickly. But it does seem like Celestial Park, and this is fine. I think it does work for this park, is going to be we got to get out of this world and go into somewhere else.
Right.
And like I can take a beat and go to a restaurant
Yeah.
or a bar, or, do the carousel, or sit by the water.
Or just sit or shop
Or vibe.
or whatever.
The music took me by surprise a lot, that I really, really enjoyed the general ambiance of the music. And the park breathes as one unit. Because they can do a show that takes over the entire park, like lighting wise, and I can't wait to see that at night. But there's some of the things where, like, I think about this. I know this is a really cheesy thing, and this was a long way for me to get there, but one of the things I love about Disneyland is how alive those parks feel at night. They are beautifully lit. Everywhere you look, like, we don't have that here. I don't understand why. I get that Florida, it gets dark a lot later for most of the year, but why isn't Epcot lit way better than it is?
Well, it's like here's the fireworks, and then you leave. There's no
Right.
leading up to it. It just I'm looking forward to this. I really am, and I also feel like it. Going back to it can't be a 1 day because of the length of the lines, which are going to be
astronomical.
Now, I heard this. You tell me if you've heard this too, or if I'm
Yeah,
just
there's no way you're going to be able
if
to.
I
Anybody
made
thinking
this
they
up.
can do every ride in a theme park in one day, that's
can't.
aggressive.
You
Yeah.
can't. When
That
you're
goes for
going
Walt Disney
through
World, too.
The Harry Potter,
The Battle of Ministry.
yes. When you're going through that, the queue is enormous. I was told when we were in there that it's set up for a 6-hour queue.
Yeah.
Did you hear that too?
I think
I
so.
believe it.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear that number specifically.
The girl that was she was working there. She was talking to us, and I was thinking maybe it was a 3-hour queue. She said no, it's laid out for a 6-hour queue.
Wow.
Well-
and I'm going, okay, well that takes half a day right there.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
they
mean-
learned from what happened at the Hogsmeade. That was 6 hours just getting to land. And
Yeah.
then when Diagon Alley opened, I remember consistently that attraction had like 8-hour waits. It was like you
Right.
could only get in the line in the morning and stuff. And like, I don't think they're utilizing any virtual queues, at least not that they've spoken of yet. They might end up though, because I know that there's been issues with some of the attractions. And honestly, that'd be fine. I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah, I think it was a glitch, but Ministry was showing a virtual queue on the app at one point. So who knows? And even then, like, who knows how long you're waiting in the actual queue once
Right.
you're in for the virtual queue.
Right.
I'm going to
So-
tell you a few things, though, I do enjoy about this. I know this is hard because this isn't really the discussion. The discussion should be Disney-based, and we're talking about this park, but it's very exciting. The entirety of the Harry Potter attraction wait is inside. So air
Oh, I
conditioned the
know.
entire way.
Yes.
And there's a couple of attractions like that where the entirety is
Yes.
inside. Some are not. Like the Hiccup thing is completely outside, and
And
I don't,
Werewolf.
and very hot. Werewolf is one of the worst queues
Yeah.
in that part.
Yeah.
It's I get what they were doing, but it's also like an abomination. I was like, I would not want to wait here. But I think in a year or two, it's going to have like 20-minute waits, and it'll be fine.
I think most of the circus show was
Outside.
covered. Well, I was. I
Or
felt like
was it?
covered
I
and
don't
then
know.
you
I
go
didn't wait in that
inside.
line. Yeah.
It's covered, and then you go inside.
Yeah, it was covered. I was
Yeah.
because we had it when we saw it. It was about an hour wait that day, and the only thing I don't like about that queue was it was. I mean, there were things to look at, but it was, it was a lot of standing.
Well, yeah, because I do know that you go in and you stand. There
And you
was
go in and
technical
then you
issues.
stand
We couldn't
again,
stay
and
for
then
mine.
yeah.
Okay, so do you feel like the announcements that came out of D23 2024 and what we've been getting so far are the things that we should be having that excitement about, and that we will have that excitement about once this theme park is finally opened and people are able to go, and we can? I mean, here's the thing. This theme park is going to continue to be exciting for us for at least, I think, a year. If not, I mean, I'm always excited about the theme parks always, but you know what I mean? That new and thing, because it's going to take us, we don't have annual pass inclusion tickets yet, like that you can just add it. So every time we go, I'm going to want to try new things. And there's it's a lot. And so like, it's going to be exciting for a long time. But I want to know, like, what would be the thing that you'd like to hear from Disney that gets you excited? Or do you already have it? Is it Cars Land and Magic Kingdom?
Okay, so I think they know what they're working with. They know what's so popular, right? I feel like the Villains Land is heading in the right direction, but it's
Yeah.
all about timing. I don't want Villains Land in
10 years from now.
I want it, yes, but like it needs to happen way sooner than what they're planning. And I also feel like they kind of need to go back to the idea of maybe not a full-on theme park, but maybe, I don't know, tucked away somewhere where it's like a half of a theme park or something. And move it somewhere else, because I feel like the space behind Big Thunder Mountain might not be big enough for what they could ultimately do with all of their Villains IP. And then you could take the idea that's upsetting people and move the Cars area behind Big Thunder Mountain and keep Rivers of America, because I feel like Epic and any theme park, honestly, like you have to have areas in the park that people can rest along, can reflect on, and just enjoy. And I feel like when you take away something that was classic like that, this is getting into a whole other conversation. I'm sorry. I'm going to get away from
No,
that.
that's fine.
That is a big part of it though for me too, is Disney is choosing to make new things, but they're replacing over and over. Like you need to keep building on it. You
I
have a
agree.
huge resort. Like why are you not taking advantage of that space? More people are visiting than ever. Like build more.
Yeah, I do agree with you, and I am okay with the replacement of some attractions as well. I know that Universal very much has to do that, because that original Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure, they are landlocked for the most part. Sometimes they are creative with space, like when they added Kong and stuff. And so, but like, I agree that there are times where it does feel like you're like, why is getting rid of what's already there making this go faster? Because it doesn't feel like it is. And I agree with you. I was talking to Molly, Molly and Alan of Mammoth Club about it, and we were talking about how, it's like Universal, I would argue, waits longer to announce a thing. Like Velocicoaster was basically built, but that was like the inside joke. Like they did that on purpose because they
Right.
I feel like there's this vibe for me at Universal that they listen to what people actually like a lot more and Disney tries to tell us what we like, and I'm kind of getting tired of that, because I get it. Disney does, the way to look at it is box office returns, merchandise sales. I understand that. But sometimes it does feel like, why did it take 30 years to get Goofy movie stuff?
Yeah.
You know, why is it taking? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I want a
Goofy's
Goofy
on
movie
his own with his own
show.
kids, my
Like,
heart.
I
Yes.
think the fact that the Pizza Planet that was at Hollywood Studios before, the fact that they would even dare call that Pizza Planet,
I know.
I can't even imagine. That's the thing. Also, where is a Pizza Planet? Why is there not a Pizza Planet? This
An
movie is
actual
30
Pizza
years
Planet.
old.
I
Why
know.
didn't you build that at downtown Disney or Disney Springs, whatever, excuse me, one of these places?
The old Disney Quest could have been
Why?
a huge Pizza Planet.
That would have been a massive
Girl,
hit.
I know.
The old Disney Quest, yeah, you mean the basketball that they need to keep open for an hour?
What was it before? Wasn't it like a Queen Elizabeth or like a?
What?
Wasn't it like a? Am I getting the wrong? Oh, I'm getting the wrong thing. I'm getting my wires crossed. I'm thinking of what Virgin Records turned into for a short time before it was.
Oh, it was the
yeah.
City Works.
I know what you're talking
It
about.
was like
the royal
exhibit or
royal
something.
exhibit.
I'm
Yeah,
like, what?
I remember that.
Yeah. I have so many other
Yeah.
ideas of what they could do. I think another thing that really needs help. I know that they just quote finished it, but Epcot still needs help. The transformation
Oh, honey,
it got
she's
cut
drunk.
back so back. It needs a redo. We need a spaceship Earth overhaul. We need something for the wonders of life. And you're talking about lighting in Epcot needs a whole upgrade around the park. I feel like that park could really come alive at night, especially if they took the opportunity, like next Flower and Garden, where all of the topiaries illuminate in a really special way. You know, instead of just a spotlight, they could play into the festivals if they wanted to. I don't know. I feel like that park used to be my favorite. I think it needs another maybe country pavilion or
My
more
friend's
attractions.
in the chat, and he was like, "Yes, the Lady Diana exhibit."
Lady Diana exhibit.
I remember
I
that.
can hear him
Thanks,
saying
Pablo.
it. Sorry. Well, I call him Arturo, but yeah, I don't know why he started using Pablo. But
Yeah, so Epcot needs help. So it's hard for me to get on the side of, we need a whole new theme park when some of the other theme parks could be improved upon. But I think the biggest thing for me is adding to them and not closing down things.
I agree with you. I don't think the answer is a new theme park.
No.
Yeah.
I just don't. Also, here's the thing. I feel like they've missed the window. The window was 2019. That they were riding high stocks, doing movies were hitting. How many movies that year got over $1 billion? I don't know if it was 2019 where it was like 4 or 5 of them, and it was just like one of those things where I'm like, that was when the iron was hot, and they didn't. And you know what? I understand it was the transition of like Iger leaving right before, but it's still one of those things where I don't think they ever are going to build a 5th theme park. I don't think that'll ever happen. They don't really have that full control over the land in the same way anymore, or at least like managing that sort of stuff. I think, I don't know. I think that moment passed, and I think it's what you said. Like I look at some things where like Galaxy's Edge, I want a 3rd attraction. Where is there another attraction? Like, give us something that's like a roller coaster or something. Something simple. Don't overthink it. My God, how many times do they bring back Space Mountain?
Hyperspace
overlay?
Mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, Hyperspace Mountain and Disneyland is my favorite overlay that they do. And then if you've been to Paris, the Hyperspace Mountain that they have over there with the inversions, it actually feels like you're in a Star Wars spaceship. I don't know, man. I feel like there's so much opportunity that they could expand upon what they already have.
I think the thing that would get me more excited, that would make me feel this Universal. When did Universal announce Epic Universe? 2019.
Yeah.
6 years, and
And
we
then
had
they
a
confirmed
global pandemic.
in the middle of the pandemic that it was still on the table.
Which is
Yeah.
wild to me. And I think that was the correct decision, is that they were like, we have to take the gamble.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it will pay off for them ultimately. But I think that's the thing with me, is that like 6 years to build this massive theme park, and it took longer to build Tron or whatever parking garages at Disney. I don't know what is the holdup with that. I kind of wish there was like full steam ahead on this stuff. Like I feel like for me, the thing that would get that momentum, that same sort of excitement I'm feeling with Universal to shift to Disney again as well, is if they just like, I feel like there's bad words in the expression I want to use, so I can't use it, but it's like poop or get off the pot. Like just pull the cord and go.
Toot or get
like
off the
stop.
pot.
Yeah. Like I just am like, I feel like it's all show and pomp and circumstance, and sometimes it's like, just do it. Just make it. Like, just do it. Just stop telling us about it 30 years ahead of time. I want to be, like, I don't know. Like, I get it that it's letting people in, and I love what they've been doing. I think Disney is on the right track, though, because I tell you one thing that is exciting is I love what they've been doing on their social media. I don't know if this is because somebody we know works over there now or something, but the Disney Imagineering sharing all these stories about how they do stuff, even the simple stuff like the pavement, creating pavement, what they do a thing. We never used to get that information ever. And that's sort of a thing. We live in this day and age now where we are getting it. And I am just like, I feel like that stuff gets me excited, and so I feel like there are people in, like, similar to us. It's not about age. I think it's about the experiences you had in the park. Like, did you live in these parks? Did you live coming here? Did you go with family? And were you? I feel like we're putting those type of people in the right spaces at Disney, hopefully, and that's the thing that'll get me excited. I was in my senior year, or maybe it was like my junior year of college here at UCF, and there was I was taking some class, and they basically were like, "Hey, we're gonna have a presentation from somebody from Universal Creative, blah blah blah." Come down, and it was somebody who was like younger than me. I mean, I was like 28 at the time, but still, I was like, and they were somebody. They showed us a presentation about because it was about like storytelling and how that integrates in the parks and stuff. They opened their computer, and I could see the folder that said Diagon Alley, and we weren't supposed to know about that yet. Sort of a thing, and I was just like, "Oh, they're doing it," but it was a thing. It was still really cool to see somebody younger, and I also have seen like them pulling people. Again, it's not age. It was people that are the fans of that franchise, like these big fans. And sometimes I'm like, I think they need to lean into that sort of stuff a little bit more, the fans of the thing. It's like the Muppet thing. I think Muppets is a great example of where I feel like they're moving in the wrong direction. Yeah. Like, I understand they need refilming for Rock and Roller Coaster, but how many people have to say Powerline, a Goofy movie would be a better fit? Whereas, like, Muppets, I feel like is everybody should be able to experience Muppets, young and old. And Rock and Roller Coaster is not accessible by that large swath of people that it needs to be.
Let alone the legacy of Jim Henson on the 70th anniversary year. But, I digress for now.
I don't know. What would you get you excited, Teresa?
At Disney?
At Disney, yeah.
I like the way everything's going. And I don't feel like Epic is taking away. I mean, there's that big, giant discussion that, Epic's going to pull people away from Disney. I don't think it is, because it's there's enough for everybody, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the villains, but like you said, I think they need more room
and faster.
And faster,
Quality
definitely faster. I want to see it in my lifetime, and that's winding down. I'm on the other side of the hill.
Sunset.
I need
sunrise,
right?
sunset.
I just need
sunrise.
Faster. I need it. Yeah, but I don't. It breaks my heart when they take away great movie ride, old things,
Rivers of America.
Yes, that need to stay there.
Well, there's that part of me too where I do feel like,
because I'm very sentimental and I'm very nostalgic, and I want things there that are always there, but I want them to fix them.
And there are some things that I think are intrinsic, like, to the spirit of it all. And I know that our former coworker, not still current friend, Craig and I had this discussion about, I don't want to speak for him, obviously, because he doesn't talk to me about his current work or anything like that. But he had made the suggestion while he was still employed at the Diz that they should level that land. And then lo and behold, they said they were going to level the Rivers of America. And he said this will be an unpopular opinion. But I do feel like that is a big element, because where in your life do you see that sort of thing anymore? And the way the world is moving is that I want to hang on to that sort of idyllic look at a time gone by. And that's sort of the thing where I was like, that's what'll get lost, I think. And that's the part where I'm like, that spirit, sometimes I'm like, it's not there.
It's there. It's okay to be nostalgic and look back. Unlike my mother, who thought, always look forward, never look back. You don't want to hear about the old stuff. But I do. And I want to hear about the history, and I want to know, I want it to be there. And I want it to be there for my grandchildren. That'll never happen, but,
Wink, wink.
Right? My kids don't watch this show.
I was just going to say what Teresa was saying, that she doesn't think that's going to pull away from Disney. I think if anything, people might change up their stays and do like split stays at a new Universal hotel or whatever. But I think what is really going to feel it are the smaller parks like SeaWorld. People might not work in to do like the big coaster park. They're going to go to Universal
Okay,
instead.
that's a really good point, Chloe. And I feel like you also touched on something else I want to ask really quick before we go, and then we're going to wrap up. So let's say you're a family, and I know it's crazy because this is the smart thing that Disney and other parks do is they do that multi-day ticket that gets cheaper as it goes. So obviously like, well, I'm going to add the fourth day. It's $20 more or whatever, right?
Right.
Okay, if you had to chop one of the days off of Disney to experience Epic Universe, you're a family coming, you're not us, right? You're just somebody visiting. What's the thing you'd say give up and go to Epic Universe over?
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom?
Oh no.
Epcot.
That would just be me. Oh, well, no, I like it.
But Guardians, and it is still fun to travel around the world.
Okay.
Do I
have to jump out? Can I just jump out, cut out the... I don't know. I don't know what I would cut out. I'd add another... I'd just stay longer. I tell my boss I'm going to be gone 2 weeks.
I'd maybe cut out Animal Kingdom too, though.
If I had to cut
people
out...
love Pandora.
If you have a park hopper, I would plan on Animal Kingdom half day and then Epcot the rest of the evening or something
To try to get
feel
them both in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so
I have
then
to
I
change up your
guess I would
itinerary.
look at it as you're not removing a park. I would remove a day. If you were somebody
Yeah.
who comes down for 4-day vacations,
Okay,
if you
so
were
you're moving a
if you were
day.
to ask me, is it worth giving up my beloved 4-day Disney trip? I would say yes, it is absolutely worth sacrificing one of the 4 days. I would say that.
Well, I think it also depends on the dynamics of the family. If your kids are all little, but then you've got Mario, which I think they would enjoy.
Mario, Yoshi,
Right.
How to Train Your Dragon,
How to Train
the
Your
entire
I agree.
area.
I wouldn't even think of that. But yeah, I don't know. But I think you've got those diehard Disney fans that don't care about Universal because they're so deep into Disney.
I mean, take a break. Take a break from going to Epcot for a year.
And
or
also
something.
Take a
It
break,
comes
make a
down to-
change, and break
Oh, Lord, please
away.
stop. It comes down to also finances, I think. It comes down to, can I afford that Epic ticket? Can I afford...
It's not more than a Disney ticket, is it? Well, I mean, I know it's fluctuating pricing, and I think I
It
looked the other
is.
day. It was like 100.
But am I going to stay at
well,
Disney
it is
the
a
whole time?
3-day ticket right now, too.
Am I going to
think.
stay at Disney the whole
Right,
time and then
still.
just go over to Universal, or am I going to jump ship and completely move my whole family over to Universal?
It's
one
cheaper.
day-
The hotels are cheaper.
The 1-day tickets start in June, so it's the week after opening, and I believe they started at 139 or 169, one of those numbers. So, I mean, it's
There are tickets for annual pass holders that I saw who could buy the 1-day ticket because I looked at it. I know that in the first couple of days of June, it's like 120. And then
Okay,
there's
so
a couple of days in September it's 120, but it's only like 4 days. That's so it goes up and down. It was actually like September 1st or something. It was the weekend of Halloween Horror Nights, and I was surprised. Anyway, sorry. We'll continue to talk about this stuff more and more. And again, I think for all of us here, we're kind of in agreement about it not being Disney versus Universal. And I do want to just make sure that that Universal does truly get its. I think credit is given when credit is due. I think that they've done an incredible job so far. I mean, this isn't official. It's not open, so I can't speak to how it's going to function when it's open just yet, but we will be there opening day and hopefully have more of these conversations about this versus that and help people plan better vacations and things like that. But thank you, Chloe and Teresa, for having this conversation. Thank you, everyone out there, for bearing with us, and we'd love to get your thoughts on this. So please feel free to leave those comments on this, like what would help shift the excitement back to Disney from Universal? Like what sort of an announcement would it be? Is it the stuff that already was announced? Is it something else coming? Do you want to see something added to what we already have? I don't know. I don't have an answer, really. Or we talked about it for as long as we did, and I don't want to talk about it anymore right now because I'm hungry. It's that time of day. But thank you, everybody, for joining us here. If you are watching this on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you click the bell button, you're going to get notified whenever we publish any sort of new content, whether it be Universal, Disney World, or Disneyland. Excuse me, I said Disney World. I meant Walt Disney World. Disney Cruise Line, all of that fun stuff. We cover all of those things here. If you are listening to this podcast, please rate and review that whenever you have the opportunity. It would be much appreciated. We will see you next time with another episode of the Diz Unlimited. Have a great week, everybody.